This month we're talking about gaming movies, battle royales, and Switch achievements. Welcome to the collective. Nice. I like that intro. I'm getting better at it.
Right where the music drops in and yeah, it's going good.
Dope
Radio
I'm
voice.
Jose, and with me as always is Adrian.
How you guys doing?
Yo, I just realized like last time we did not introduce ourselves.
We did not. We just went straight into it. It goes right after the intro, and it's like, all right.
I'm Jose.
Nickelback.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but
what a strange way to start.
Now we gotta get used to it. We gotta get better at what we do.
Yeah, second one, you got some things to work out.
Yeah, and so the sponsor from last time I did it, I don't think we're gonna have time for sponsors, and let's be honest, it's a little weird. It doesn't fit into this, news kind of thing, at least at the moment. So right now,
you're going somewhere with this.
We had unpaid advertisements, and we're just gonna jump into this. Our unpaid advertisement is wolves. Yes, man's best friend. And thanks to all the wolves that help us.
Oh god, this is such an inside joke. That
dogs. We thank all the wolves. Blitzen, Veronica.
I hope he
Dick
watches
Wolf,
this.
Ryan, and more, because they all help us in many ways. And now it's like, this bit does not work. We're barking up the wrong tree, but God. It's time to chow down on some gaming news.
Yeah.
Chow like the dog.
Chow.
I
got you.
Okay, you got
chow,
it. Okay,
down.
Cool.
Yep. So
I really just want to get that over with.
I've been around you enough to know that puns are coming. And I know when they're coming. And you just see your face and you can just like, oh, he's going somewhere with this.
Yeah. I can't help but smile. And like I said, I just want to get that over with just because we got a lot of news to talk about. I don't think we're going to have a break in time in the middle for this. So
a lot of things to cover.
Yeah. Let's get started with some exciting news.
Ooh.
Yeah. The Monster Hunter movie finally has a release date. Sony Pictures has announced that the Paul Anderson movie is set to come out in September 4th next year, according to Deadline. According to them, the logline is as follows. Behind our world, there is another. A world of dangerous and powerful monsters that ruled their domain with deadly furiosity. When Lieutenant Artemis, played by Mila Djokovic,
oh, I love her,
and her loyal soldiers are transported from our world to the new world, the unflappable lieutenant receives the shock of her life. In her desperate battle for survival against enormous enemies with incredible powers and unstoppable, terrifying attacks, Artemis will team up with a mysterious man, Tony Jaa, who has found a way to fight back.
Okay. I'm digging the premise.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging it. It's weird.
I'm down to see it. Yeah. I like big monster movies.
Kaiju movies?
Yeah, kaiju movies. Oh.
Yeah.
But the question is, I know it's not going to look that way, but I'm already drawing comparisons to it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll just say, don't Resident Evil this.
Okay, so
please don't Resident Evil
the
this.
Resident Evil movies.
Oh, never?
No.
Oh, well, if you played the games and you saw the movies, you'd be like, what does this movie have to do with this game?
Oh, it's that kind of scenario?
Oh, yeah.
Because, okay, I've never seen those movies, but I've seen Double Dragon and Super Mario Brothers.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Pretty much. It's like a new age version of that. Like, we took the game and we're like, what's the core of this game? Zombies? Okay, cool. Umbrella? All right, cool. We got that in the movie. All right, let's change a little bit. I mean, even though the games are like, they got past the whole zombie phase and stuff, the movies went from zombies to superhuman fighters and corporate. It just got straight weird.
Because, yeah, Resident Evil, like, after the third one, they're not zombies.
No.
Because the fourth one is like mind control kind of villagers. And fifth one, same thing with the parasites and those. Yeah. But
it just gets to one of those. You're like watching the movies and you're like, I'm gonna watch the movies for what they are. But
here's the thing: the pictures that they first put out was not that great. Like a lot of people were like, "Why is there weapons? Why is there guns?" And
that's that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Please don't Resident Evil it. Because like the whole thing, us playing Monster Hunter, especially like New World and all the ones, is the whole base system of crafting and hunting down huge monsters, killing them, taking back, crafting more weapons.
Yeah.
and the picture of Tony Jaa with the giant Buster sword, like in the whole outfit, and I was like, "Yo, this looks like it might go somewhere." But I don't want the whole like American squad showing up with like big ass machine guns and stuff, and they're just
that's
trying to blow everything away.
I think that's what's going to be the premise. Is like, oh, why don't our guns work? You can't kill them unless they're made of themselves, kind of thing. And then because I know Capcom, like a lot of people are worried about this movie because it is. Let's just be honest. Video game movies do not have a good stigma about being good movies and also truthed games, you know?
Except for Street Fighter, the movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Well, me, it was a Tuesday.
Quick, change the channel.
Yeah, but there was a post, one of the actresses posted on Instagram showing that she had the stinger or slinger with her. So it was like she was still in the military outfit, but still had the slinger and stuff like that. Yeah. So kind of like ease fans, like, hey, we're trying to, you know.
I don't think they'll stray too far from. I think they'll hold true to the storyline of the nature of it. I'm just hoping they do. I just don't Resident Evil this.
Here's what my problem is. How much time are you going to focus on the story of, you know, Mila Djokovic and her things? Because from right now, from what it looks like Tony Jaa's part are going to be the best parts.
Oh, yeah, because it's Tony Jaa.
Well, yeah. But, like, are they... I don't want that thing of, like, Godzilla where they spend 40 minutes or something just talking about...
like, what happened? This is why this go down.
Yeah.
All right, can we get to some action? Yeah, a little bit at the end of the movie.
Like, that's why we watch Jurassic Park, or like, you know, especially the new ones, to see like these giant dinosaurs, one, chase you, and two, some kind of fight scene between the T-Rex and something else that just looks awesome. Like,
listen, on a tangent of that, I just noticed how no matter what dinosaur new thing gets brought up or anything, any new genetic type, it's always a T-Rex that comes in and is like, I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm like, what? It doesn't make sense. But okay, it's cool.
The T-Rex.
Go ahead, T-Rex, do your thing.
I would rather watch the T-Rex kick its butt other than like a Bronchiosaurus.
Yeah, true.
Like even a Triceratops, it's like you can't really make it so cool. Like a Triceratops is a good way to kill someone. Like as a human, just have that Triceratops just run into someone, you know, or like a chase scene. That's good.
It's always
not a good fight though. No. You want to see the biggest, the king.
You want to see T-Rex come in with his tiny arms and be like, I'm going to mess you up with this big old head. It's funny. But no, I hope, because we still don't have like super lot of information about it.
No.
But I'm going to watch it just to make sure. I just want to see more trailers. I want to see more things about it just to be.
I'm really hoping they drop up. They're in a weird position where it's like, hey, if we drop a really good trailer, they might ruin already a good amount of the movie.
Yeah.
But if they drop a crap trailer, then it's like, why should we see this movie?
People going to see the movie.
Yeah, and it's like, then when people see it and it's actually pretty good, it's like, wait a minute.
You know what they should do? They should launch a trailer that just shows all Monster Hunter like stuff to get people to go see the movie. And even if that's not part of the movie, at least people are there to see the movie.
Yeah. But good thing you brought up Resident Evil earlier, because Monster Hunter is not the only news of gaming hitting different media screens. Ooh. Being developed as a Netflix original comes the Resident Evil TV series. There's a good amount of speculation and rumors, such as Constant Film, the production company behind Resident Evil movies, will be involved. It will be a setup for the movies. It will explore the working of Umbrella Corps, and a showrunner is still being looked for. However, is still in early production. Everything is subject to change. That's one thing when I was reading this, I was like, okay, hold up. There's a lot of I hear in this article that I was reading.
I'm going to say this again. Please don't Resident Evil this.
Don't Resident Evil.
No, coming to Netflix, and you know, especially zombie TV shows have been doing well for a while. Walking Dead, all stuff like that. They putting it into a series, they have a good chance to like focus on like the core Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 2 just relaunched.
Yeah.
And you could make a whole series kind of about that style.
Yeah, it needs to be like that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I really hope like some of these speculations aren't true, like a setup for the films.
That's what I was like. Oh, okay.
It's films no good.
Like, I mean, they're good watch for some type of action kind of.
Resident Evil isn't like a whole thing I've been into, you know?
I just want to say, well, just watch the movies, and you don't exactly have to watch the movies. Just skim through them.
Yeah, just
and then tell me what you. You'd be
either way, Resident Evil's not one of those games I'm wholly into and stuff like that. Like, I do want to play it too. It looks amazing, especially now with the 7 engine. But it's like, I do know like Claire Redfield, and there's whole stars and stuff like that, and there's some time gaps. Just put the TV series during those time gaps. Yeah. Like, you can even make a whole story. I mean, Resident Evil 4 didn't have really anything to do with 2 and 3, right? Other than Leon was the main character.
Yeah, except he was back, and everybody
it's like,
yeah, finally. And then you're like different.
Yeah, because he's like looking for the president's daughter, and he's like a badass and all that. Yeah. Just make Leon like show how he got to that or something, you know?
I feel like if the series focused on, if there was a TV show and it focused on Leon's adventures, it was like that, that'd probably work out pretty well. But if it's a precursor for the TV show, I mean, for the movies, it might explain the movies a little better of how they correlate with the series. Because, I mean, it was that whole point. They made the movies and they kind of like, oh, it's Resident Evil, so we'll just put Resident Evil stuff in there. Yeah. But we'll go our own direction with it. Like, okay. But, you know, through time, how that's happened with movies, especially video game movies. Because that's something that comic book movies have started to get right. It's like, if I have the source material, I got to keep the story close to the source material, because people who read the books are going to watch these movies and they're going to like it. Yeah, they want to see how they always did with the video game movies. Yeah,
how these look, and it's like, I think that's the other thing. It's like when you play Resident Evil, you're expecting, like, especially old school, like 2 and 3, you're expecting like a horror game, the slow moving, like, oh, these guys are going to get you. There's Mr. X, there's Nemesis. You know, if you're playing 4 is more actiony, 5 definitely more action, and then you give 7 and that's horror, and everyone was so down for that. Because it's what you versus a whole family of psychos kind of thing. And it's
best way to describe it. Resident Evil movies is like the Matrix meets zombies.
Okay.
That's a good way to describe it. I mean, y'all can disagree with me, but that's like
I'm not gonna
with the music and everything, the way it comes on with the fight scenes, yes, there's fight scenes. Like full on.
I don't want to even go into that.
Gun scenes, it goes down.
Wait, is it like, question: are these fight scenes more with like with people versus people, or fight scenes with zombies?
A little bit, a little mix, a little B.
Because that's the thing.
Because you got to escape from the zombies, so you know, shooting and like kind of stuff, and then later on, there's like super human people. So Mila Jovovich is kind of like a badass, and she's like,
see, you need to have like, I think that's why Resident Evil 2 works so well. Or 3, where it's like you have to get to a point where the big thing of blowing up that enemy, like in Dead Space, and spoiler alert for like a whole, what is it, a 10-year-old game now? Dead Space, maybe
somebody
12.
will still come after you.
Yeah, whatever. It's like you have that necromorph that can't die, and you know the whole thing is like when you get chased, probably like halfway through the game, and you're going, and this thing is chasing you, and that's what brings it tense. And then when you finally like freeze it, you get a moment. Like, oh, someone unthawed it. What? And then you're just going around again.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then when you finally beat it and you stop it near like a shuttle engine and then turn on the engine and just blast that thing, it's like, oh, it's like, man, yeah. See ya kind of style, you know? Just, it's like that. That's what makes it a good, you know, tense moment with those games, especially with an unstoppable enemy. But I do think, I really hope actually that when the TV series comes out, maybe we hear of a Resident Evil 3 remake at around the same time, and that's what pushes, you know?
Might push it in that direction.
Especially because Resident Evil 7 was really good, really liked. Resident Evil 2, I like, Capcom has to have been paying
Resident Evil 7
like,
kind of brought it back to the original formula, and you're like, okay, I like how this is going.
Yeah, 2, everyone was like, oh, this is great, and a lot of people are playing it. And stuff like that on Twitch, and Capcom has to have noticed, like, okay, these are the ones you want. A lot of people are
streaming. This is what you want. We want remakes, so here you go.
Yeah, but like 4 was still great, but I think when 4 came, they were like, oh, let's make 5 and 6 a little bit more actiony, and that's when it went down, kind of. But yeah, all right. Now, let's actually get to video games. Let's get away from TVs and movies. Let's go video games, starting with game announcements. First, with the release date of Generation Zero. This is a sci-fi horror game taking place in Sweden in the late 1980s. The game has elements of mystery, robot apocalypse, and co-op. It's said to be released on March 26th of this year to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Did you look this one up? I put I think it's linked in there, the trailer. I'm not sure on one.
Yeah, it's linked in there.
Ooh, yeah. Did you?
Giant. There's a mix. There's a mix going on there. It's a.
What do you think about it? My thing is, this is once again,
it's interesting. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
the mix that they're going for, like their whole robot apocalypse, and it's a good mix.
This reminds me of a lot of a role playing game called Tales from the Loop. It has like that Stranger Things vibe kind of thing.
Yes,
where that's what this is, but with teenagers, and stuff, like try and find out this mystery. I'm actually intrigued.
I'm down for the co-op.
Yeah, like I'm very interested to see how that works. I know a couple of places I was looking was like, oh, this is our one of the most anticipated games of 2018. I haven't even heard of this until I got it in my inbox. I was like,
it wasn't like it was like a huge
nah, and it looks good. It looks good.
A lot of people talking about it. It does look good.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm just more interested to see how this co-op goes, because it looks like one of those mystery with co-op. It's like, how is this going to work, Especially with co-op nowadays. And this is one of those games where you want to play at the same time with people, kind of.
It's crazy because even one of the screens where they have like a still shot, it looks like a Stranger Things. Like there's a robot in the background. If you guys look this up, there's like a robot in the background and 4 people standing with guns. It looks beautiful. I give them that. Like for not being talked about that much.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of development went into it.
If curious, with last podcast we had the board where we talked about hype games. I'm not putting this on there just because it's one of those, like, I'm very interested, I'm not hyped. It's not one of those games that I'm like, I'm gonna go buy it, but I do say check it out because it does look interesting. And I've also noticed a lot of maybe Tales from the Loop. It also is in Sweden in the 1980s. I don't know why Sweden is a popular place for that.
I'll look that up. See what's up with Swedish 1980 Sweden.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they describe it as a guerrilla action game.
A guerrilla action game. Okay.
So I'm like, feel like it's something close to like what Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
but not with like zombies, with robots. Apocalypse.
Yeah, it doesn't look as quick as Left 4 Dead though. That's one of the things. It looks like it's one of those slow games where it's like, hey, take your shots, be careful with what you use. See how I want. Like one of the main things here is the co-op that I'm very curious of.
4-player co-op.
Yeah. So yep. Yeah, if you're interested in a robot style Left 4 Dead, a little bit slower, go ahead, check Generation Zero. Links will be in description for that. Moving on. So.
Ooh, yeah, I read this one.
Yeah. Okay. So this one made pretty big waves last month, and it still is actually. Last month, Deep Silver, the developers of Metro Exodus and Epic Games, announced that Metro will be PC exclusive to the Epic Games Store until February 14th, 2020. Though what really sparked some argument was that the game was already available for pre-orders on Steam at the time. The announcement of this deal has mentioned that any customer with outstanding pre-order for Metro Exodus on PC through any digital retailer will receive their game as expected. Physical editions of the PC game will also still have a Steam key, though Valve has responded by saying that the decision is unfair to Steam customers.
It is.
Especially after a long pre-sale period.
Yep.
While Steam has not commented to Polygon about what is unfair, the game will be about $10 United States less while being sold on the Epic Game Store than it was on Steam. Yeah, okay. That little shady there, Epic. I just want to say that's quite a bold move.
I mean, it works in the developers' favor because obviously they're going to make more money off of selling it. They get more of the income instead of publishing rights given to Epic by selling it to the Epic Store.
Also, apparently, Metro Exodus uses the Unreal Engine.
Yeah,
and if you use Unreal and you go to Epic Games, they don't charge you for using the Unreal. If you go to Steam with it, they charge you 5% of that.
See, this is something they should have done before they like release it on the Steam store and everywhere else. Because I mean, it just looks bad at that point.
Well, one, I don't think this looks bad on both people.
Yeah.
Like, it looks bad on Epic because it doesn't look like they told anyone about their store and like, hey, you know, this is the deal or stuff. They kind of just like shadow dropped that and was like, here you go, guys. This is the new store.
Well, because to make it worse, you're like, oh, I got a pre-order on the Steam store. Oh, it's going to be $10 less on the Epic store.
Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, how many people are going to go through a refund process and be like, hey, I want my money back for this pre-order?
Unless you're just really pissed about it.
Yeah. It's, to be honest, I don't like it. It doesn't feel good, but I also have to give credit that is a sneaky undertactic Epic game. Just kind of
that's a
like,
boss move. I give him that. That's messed up.
You ever remember Dodgeball, the movie?
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like quoting that, like, that's a bold move there, Colton. Wonder if it's going to pay off. Because here's the thing. It's like, it's a move that's kind of shady and kind of like saying to the public, hey, we're not above these tactics. We'll take a game that's already on Steam and say, nope, exclusive rights. You know?
We'll take it away from Steam, put it on our exclusive rights on our Epic store.
Well, that's not...
Which is always like, it's already like kind of messed up, one. Two, it's like, the game was already to be released on the Steam store. Now you're going to take it and put it on the Epic store. And it seems like they're just trying to strong arm customers into using the Epic store.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a strong arm technique for sure. But that's not the only game that like is skipping Steam. The Division 2 is also skipping Steam. It's going to be on Epic Store and Uplay.
Wow, Epic.
Like,
they got that Fortnite money and they were like, boss time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I as a person can't say, oh, that what you did was bad. As someone who's thinking from like the corporate standpoint,
hey, as a business move,
wow.
That's a tactic that paid off. That's ensuring like they just launched a new store. That's ensuring people are going to use their store,
especially if you really want to play Metro.
Especially if you really want to play. It's going to happen to more games too that are using, because almost all games use. A lot of games use the Unreal Engine, and Epic is already a big company for development. It's going to make a lot of people go leave the Steam and go to Epic.
Yeah, and I put notes here. They're even charging less, and the reason they are is because at $5.99, which is what was on Steam, publisher makes $41.99 at 70%. But for going $4.99 on Epic, the publisher is making $43.99, $2 at 88%. And $2 doesn't seem like much, but when you times that by
however many people, or million copies, that's quite a bit of extra money.
That's a good amount of extra money, and especially if you're saving on that 5% from using the Epics and Unreal, it's like,
you can't fault the guys for making more money. It seems like it was executed poorly.
Like, yeah, if this was done before, no one would have an issue. But the moment when it's like midway, kind of, and they're releasing.
That's like, oh, I ordered this, I pre-ordered this thing on Amazon, and then all of a sudden, hey, it's not going to be on Amazon anymore. Even though you pre-ordered it, you're still going to get your copy, but it's only available at Walmart now, and it's going to be cheaper at Walmart.
Let's be it's like
what?
Yeah, and it's coming out later this month too. Probably around the time we release this podcast or something like that.
Wow, that's real close to be doing something like that.
Yeah, February 15th is when it's releasing. And to do a move like that, just that close.
Wow, that's like right there.
Wow.
Sorry for you guys who have to pay extra for that.
There's like, I know I'm just continuous being like, well, but there's not much I can say because this is a move that they done.
Yeah,
it's a done deal. Whatever they're going to do, we'll see how their future plan works. But yeah, speaking about PC online games, EA has quite a busy month, lastly. First, let's go off by saying they have another subscription service in the works. Currently, they have EA Access for Xbox One and Origin Access for PC via their digital distribution platform of Origin. With joining these services, players will be able to play any games from a curated library so long as they remain a paying subscriber. Games like Anthem and Battlefield 5, though that latter game may not be that good looking for EA. As reported via Gamasutra earlier this month, the game is reported not to sold as much as EA anticipated due to delays, bad marketing, and focusing on a single-player campaign instead of Battle Royale. The amount that they were expecting was about 8 million and only sold 7.
I mean, it's pretty close to the mark.
It's close, but it's EA. They're more into.
I feel like the publisher side of things is even back to the Activision Destiny thing. I think it's sold well for the company, but the publisher always has like a number.
Activision Destiny split? Yeah.
It's like, I think it sold pretty well. The publisher's like, it didn't sell enough, but it probably sold more than it was supposed to.
I'm not one who's into the Battlefield numbers. I don't know them off the top of my head. I know Battlefield's like one of those big ones, but I'm
surprised they didn't do a battle royale. I really am.
Well, no,
because everything was doing battle royale.
They are. It's just coming out later. That's the issue.
Oh no, you should have did that at the launch. Everybody was hopping on that.
They've been delaying the battle royale, and that is one thing. But to say, we did the single player, we focus way too much on single players. Like, you have something Call of Duty doesn't, but Call of Duty has the battle royale first, and right now that is a market that's slowly becoming more saturated as we go into. But
like Apex Legends just released as a battle royale. Yeah,
and we got that down on the list too. We'll talk about that in a moment. But with Battlefield 5, I think it was fine. I mean, I'm not a Battlefield person, but
I think there's a lot of people playing it. I think it was other games that cut into the sales. Because once again, it is a first-person shooter, and the market is saturated with first-person shooters right now. And everybody is on the train of playing
battle royales
for first-person shooters.
Yeah, Battlefield 5 should have came out with both at the same time, to be honest. And bad marketing, I can see that. But whenever someone says a focus on single-player campaign, that a lot of my initial reaction is like, what? Have you seen Sony?
What?
But counter argument to that is they did focus solely on a single player campaign. If you had put both time in single player and battle royale and shipped them together, I think that'd been fine.
Well, they still have multiplayer.
Yeah,
that was a big component for Battlefield. Is just the massive, crazy multiplayer that they have.
Yeah,
and that's what people mostly focus on with that game. Known for that. I think that's why they were like, we don't need a battle royale because we have this. And
anytime E3 comes around, they always love to say like, oh, look at how many people we have playing right now. We have 128 people right now in one match and stuff like that.
And they're running around blowing each other up.
Yeah. I mean,
because in a sense, they're like kind of like, it's not a real battle royale, but it's like the original version of a battle royale.
Honestly, battle royale to me is just, what's it called? King of the Hill mode, kind of in a way, or like deathmatch kind of style, but with the only change they made is like a zone that's
the zones that get smaller.
Yeah, and so it's like,
because it's not a new concept. It's been done in older games, older first-person shooter, last man standing, stuff like that. But
yeah, last man standing. That's what I'm thinking of.
Blew up.
Yeah.
And then if you want to beat Fortnite, you gotta play the Fortnite game.
I think what does this say for the future of Battlefield, though? This is Battlefield's DICE, if I'm not mistaken. Like, what does that really say for like Battlefield? Like, whenever Battlefield,
you know what it says? It says DICE should make another Mirror's Edge.
No, EA is not gonna let them.
EA is like, no more of those. Not happening.
And like you brought up earlier, the most recent battle royale to hit the scene is Apex Legend, a game developed by Respawn Entertainment, the guys who did Titanfall, and published by EA, was just released earlier this month.
Yes.
In February. In just 72 hours from release, the game has been tried by 10 million players.
Yes. I was one of those.
Holy crap, what a way to release a game. That was just shadow dropped out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, you heard like small rumors and stuff about it was coming, and like they were telling people about it. But I think their biggest part for the campaign, what got them really good, is that they capitalized on the fact that people were going to stream this. And if I can get all the top streamers who are already playing these battle royale games to stream this, because Call of Duty did this too.
Yeah,
when they dropped it, they got all the top streamers to stream this game, which made everybody want to play this game. And then
and they got
everybody launched on
right on launch too.
Yeah,
like the people like Ninja, I think was one of them. They put them on the way to, hey, I'm kind of surprised no one said anything about this. There must have been a lot of NDAs kind of thing.
Yeah,
but because there's no way they didn't tell Ninja, hey, we want you to play this game that we're coming out soon. You know, can you sign an NDA or something saying that you won't if you do play this game? And it's a partner program kind of thing.
You won't just play it too early.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. No, that game's fun.
Is it?
I know everybody's waiting for another Titanfall, but it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. And I guess the mass appeal to it is that it's like a team-based battle royale.
Sell me on Apex Legend. Sell me.
So besides looking good, it's like what's that game called? Team Force, not Team Force.
Team Fortress?
Team Fortress. Yes.
The one by Steam?
It's almost like that.
Okay.
But it's like because you can play in team stuff, battle royale. Each person has like individual specials and powers and stuff. You don't have to build anything.
But PUBG has like people. Team base and Fortnite.
But PUBG is just kind of straightforward. Like yeah.
But what about Fortnite? It has the building aspect.
See, and that's the part that
fun,
Fortnite,
like Minecraft style.
No.
But what if I like that Minecraft style?
The Fortnite part. You can't do the Minecraft stuff in there because somebody's gonna shoot you while you're trying to build stuff. They do have playgrounds though, so you can just go build stuff.
Like I could build a wall and then they can like we just.
Yeah, have you seen the games? You build a wall, they build a bigger wall, and then you build a bigger wall, and they build an even bigger wall until somebody just builds a wall and then they trap you and they shoot you and you die. If you are good enough to do that. What turned off a lot of players is that some people don't want to do the building and they just want to go run around and shoot people.
Yeah.
But the whole point of the game is to be skillful at shooting.
PUBG for that?
Yeah,
or Call of Duty?
Then you see PUBG it's like PUBG is still still people playing it too. It's famous, but I mean you just gotta play it. You gotta play Apex Legends.
What about Call of Duty? Like that has really good shooting mechanics. You know, like
not for the battle royale mode though. It's kind of like another battle royale.
Like Call of Duty, the one thing they can get right all the time is shooting. You know?
I mean, most of the Call of Duty's those graphics kind of. But
yeah,
it's Call of Duty. It's just another battle royale game because even like they had Realm Royale, people tried that. It's another battle royale game that's just done so well. It's almost done as good as Fortnite.
Apex Legend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without building. And it's first person shooter, so it's not third person. It's in first person, but they have a whole like loot system set up and they have the way that you can get to your
what if I don't want loot boxes or stuff like that?
What do you mean? A game that has loot boxes? It's almost like a Overwatch with Fortnite, Call of Duty rolled into one thing going on here. Because it even feels like Overwatch when you're playing it. Like it really does kind of feel like an Overwatch game.
But what if I want Battleborn instead of Overwatch?
You know, I'm disappointed about Battleborn because I was like, yo, this looks like it's going to be a cool game. And it came out first. And then, does it exist anymore?
No, I think they shut the servers down. But yeah, but like if I want Battleborn in my Battle Royale, what do I go?
To the same game because it's like an Overwatch Battleborn mix had a baby and played with Call of Duty and
you're not selling me on this. Like what?
I'm not gonna be able to sell you on the game. You gotta play the game, man.
What? No, you guys
just looking at it from the outside, you're not gonna be like, yeah.
Like what's its thing? Like what's the thing that makes it different? If I want good shooting, I'll go Call of Duty.
It's not different.
If I want building, I'll go Fortnite.
It just builds upon a formula.
Why am I leaving Fortnite?
Because it's a formula that's already established as good, and you just want to play it because it's another one of them that's good.
Then here's my question:
they're not leaving Fortnite. That's the point. What
is this gonna do to stay here?
You know why people left Fortnite over it? They're not leaving Fortnite, but while they're playing it different, it's kind of another game where skill shooting based, and I don't have to build anything. Some people hate that for some reason.
Yeah,
it's part of the game.
Like,
learn how to build or die.
Tell me as a weird player.
I'm telling you, as a weird player, you're gonna have to play the game.
As like someone else right now. Like
all right,
a guy named Alex, and
I
want to be good
Matthew.
at like. No, let's say I'm Alex and I want to be good at like
Alex.
Yeah, like an Alex or something. Say I want to be good at Fortnite, you know, or something like that. Why would I leave Fortnite to go to Apex Legends if Apex Legends doesn't really have a niche? But
it does have a niche. Besides the
what is it going to do that's going to make me stay at Apex and not go back?
Because you're gonna sign into. So you're gonna sign into the backstory.
Yeah.
You're gonna sign into the graphics.
Okay.
Besides the graphics, the gunplay is actually nice and unique guns.
Okay.
It's not just the same retired stuff. The loot system.
Is it like Borderlands guns or like?
It almost looks like.
Well, there's a difference between look like and plays like.
It almost, I mean, like looks like Borderlands.
Okay.
Plays like it too, ish, but no, it's more.
Unless my gun can shoot a grenade that shoots multiple other grenades, like
Yes, you do get stuff like that.
okay,
It's a crazy. It's not just like, because that's the part about Call of Duty is you usually get guns that are real, the more realistic gameplay space, and that's why you got stuff like Overwatch where it's not very realistic at all. Apex Legends fills that niche too. It's you gotta play it, man. You gotta try it. You gotta download it for free.
you're not selling me.
Free to
Alex
play.
is not gonna go try
Free
this.
to play.
It's free to play.
You gotta go try it.
What were
Just
you
try it,
playing
man.
on?
My computer,
Oh, okay.
man. Like
Was
this.
it a PC only game or?
No, it's on PS4, Xbox.
Oh, all right. Well,
You gotta
like
try
I
it, man. You gotta try it. You gotta
Alex,
try it.
I don't know if he's gonna try it.
Alex,
I'm not sure.
Alex might try it.
No,
Alex.
I'm Alex right now. I'm not. I'm telling you.
You're not
haven't
Alex. I
sold
know
me
Alex.
this.
He's gonna want to try it. Alex likes it. You gotta try it. Because I mean, I can't. If you never touched it, you can't describe why you would want somebody to play it.
Yeah.
You would actually have to go feel the system and how well they did the game.
Like if I'm trying to be top Fortnite player, what is it that's making me want to go try Apex Legends other than
No,
it's
you could
just
be the
no
top
building,
Fortnite player.
You know?
No, it's more than no building. But I mean, on the standpoint, you're gonna have to try it to see what you like about it, to see what everybody else like about it. Because you can't just like tell somebody, describe it, like, oh yeah, you get to do this, because then it's gonna just sound like every other battle royale game that's out there.
No, I can make all them sound a little bit different. PUBG was the first one. If you want to see what battle royales were first, play that. Fortnite, the cartoony one.
But
Fortnite
PUBG
had Thanos.
first.
You know, Thanos. They made it better. They made it. They're not being dicks about Fortnite because you know PUBG kind of like honestly PUBG went down once they were like, hey Fortnite, you can't be doing what we're doing.
Yeah, well PUBG was being dicks about Fortnite. And now PUBG, but people still play PUBG.
People, some.
No, they still have tournaments and everything, but it's not as big as Fortnite. But Fortnite came too, and then there's other cartoony games like Rome Royale, which is like the.
But you know,
it's another Fortnite game.
And if someone asks, "Hey, what has really good shooting?" The Call of Duty one. What's going to be like disappointing? And this is another thing. Do you think EA did a really bad decision by putting Apex Legends when just Battlefield 5 is going to have its battle royale soon?
They didn't. I think EA got mad that they didn't have a battle royale already, and
So
they're
they told
praising
Respawn.
Apex Legends that they added. Boy, they probably made Respawn do a battle royale.
Yeah,
it's probably like, oh, we're gonna work on a Titanfall, and they're like, it's not what we need right now. We need a battle royale because Battlefield can do it. I need you guys to do it, Titanfall style.
one I like the self-censored there, but two, and that's the thing. What if I want Titanfall 3? Like, is this putting Respawn away from that? Because it feels like
Probably. They have gone on a statement said that they are making Titanfall 3, and it's going to happen. But this is the game that's coming in between, and it's already here. So
but the thing about like
it
battle
might get
royales
delayed
is
because
that
of
they're
it.
all server based. You know, like you have to pay attention and you have to keep up. That's one of the reasons Fortnite is so big is because they're like they're putting a new season. They're putting Thanos in. You know,
it's going to roll the same way. Seasons.
Like let's be honest.
I haven't seen anybody like a Thanos or anything because they can't do that yet. But maybe dropping out because it's almost like because Titanfall had a really good fighting system, and it's the same company, so it's almost like I said, it's like rolling Titanfall, Overwatch, and all those games into the engine that made Titanfall.
But how much do you think EA is going to put on this of the Respawn guys? Like, do you think they're going to tell Respawn, hey, stop working on that Star Wars game? We need more of them on here, you know?
They've been known to do that. Take away from other projects to finish other things. And then if this takes off really, really well, they're probably going to just have to focus on that, and we might not get a Titanfall 3 for a long time.
What is going to be their thing they drop? Because that's the thing that Fortnite does that keeps it. Like, I remember 2 years ago, someone was like, oh, Fortnite's just a thing. It's going to go over. And then, you know, last year, it got big.
I knew it wasn't going to die because Epic.
Yeah,
Epic's been in this game for a long time making shooters.
Epic has a whole backstory on on Fortnite. There's that rocket thing that happened. They have Thanos that no one expected. You know what?
And they had a marshmallow concert in the middle of
what is
EA nobody's going to be able to compete with that.
What is EA going to do that's going to make Epics remember? Like, is it going to like? Am I going to be able to like shoot Michael B. Jordan? Because they always do those sports thing with 2K games.
Gonna have to wait and find out. But I think the biggest point that
Michael
they're
Jordan,
have to do,
not Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, no. Michael B. Jordan comes as Creed and just boxes everyone.
Fortnite even has they have a partnership with the NFL. What Apex Legends is gonna have to do is not which is doing well, is not compete with it, but play alongside it.
You think like a crossover, or what you mean just like don't step on toes or something, or
Well, don't try to be the same game, or try to fight them for space. Because Fortnite has evolved to a level now that is just, if you're gonna make a battle royale, just
don't
try to fight Fortnite.
Better than Fortnite. Don't copy.
Not even better, just slightly different. I think one part that makes it different is the fact that it is in first person instead of a third person game like that. I think they went for that just to get another feel.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, don't try to make it into Fortnite, or you're just gonna get stomped. It's just
here's my thinking,
but
right?
EA is behind it, and I think they're gonna push them as far as they can make money.
Here's my thing with okay, so wait, hear me out on this, okay? I was recently hearing someone tell about like if you're making a new YouTube channel, what you should do is like do a variety of different stuff, and then once you find your niche, stick with it. But I think right now Battle Royale is not that thing where it's trying a different variety, but you don't have the chance to try different things. You don't want to copy, but you want to find what you're good at. And that so far, Apex hasn't showed me what they're good at other than marketing and doing smart choices, which is, hey, if anyone made a trailer saying, oh, there's loot boxes, hey, this is another Battle Royale and stuff like that, let's be honest, we would all be pissed, about this. But they just shadow dropped it and had people
shadow dropped it. But 10 million players in 72 hours. I think just the biggest part about that, it won't be a Fortnite, but they already have that many people. Even if you lose, a quarter of that, still you got a base. You got people playing the game. It's kind of like when the Division dropped. It was pretty big for the time, but slowly petered out. Just have to see it on the road and see what happens with it over time. But as of right now, people are playing it. It's getting streamed. People are playing it.
So do you think by this time next month or around there, that Apex Legend will still be a thing?
Next month?
Or do you think see it? Like, here's my thing. Even on Twitch right now, it's just being played a lot
because
it's gonna
have to be going. They're gonna have to keep doing stuff. So
to
survive for the next month, they're gonna have to season it up. It's in the early stages, so they're gonna have to keep people interested. And then keep people interested, especially in this day and age with how fast information goes, they're just going to have to keep doing stuff to keep a fan base. And if they can keep up that energy, then I think they'll keep people around. The only problem with that is if they keep up that amount of energy to do that, then you're not going to get any other games out of that studio. Because all resources are going to be put towards that.
Yeah.
Because they won't have time to do other stuff if you're going to constantly update a game like that to keep people playing it. Because that's where the Fortnite advantage is. Epic doesn't make. Do they still do Paragon? Maybe. I don't feel like they focus on anything else right now except for Fortnite because they know I got to keep giving these people content.
The only two things I know Epic is focusing on really well is Fortnite and their new Epic Game Store. Those are the two that they're pushing a lot, and
they got games
not
on their stuff,
pushing that much on Fortnite. Fortnite, they're just they're doing what they do pretty well. They know how to
sell
do it
all the time.
And
they always have new content. And the way they shell out content is so quick that the game becomes like an addiction.
Yeah.
Because they have something for you every time you go. Every month there's something.
Now, question, Apex Legends, when you got it on PC, did you have to go through Origin?
I don't remember how.
No? Really? So we kind of skipped a little bit over this story, but how do you feel about that new subscription service that EA is supposedly working on?
Maybe I did get an Origin because I did get it so I could play Anthem last time. That's the only way you can get on PC. That's just weird to me. Another subscription service.
But
I guess because none of their subscription services have PS4 in their subscriptions.
It's because PS4 does that thing of new game, not new game plus.
Yeah,
it's PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus. They have their own store.
Yeah, they have their own thing. And,
but Xbox has its own store too.
And wait, how are they doing that? Because EA, I don't know what their decision is on that one. Because for both these console ones, you have to pay in order to play multiplayer.
Yes.
And then do people really like, if you don't have the EA access, do you not play these? You know, like, because especially with like Xbox, where they have what is that called?
Well, the other side of it is if you get the subscription service,
Mm-hmm.
the point is you're supposed to be able to play the whole library of EA games.
Yeah.
So it's like how PlayStation has like the PlayStation on the PSN network. You can play all subscription, play all the old PlayStation games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
On their service, at least for Origins for the PC, if you subscribe, you can play any the EA games that are coming
on Xbox.
Yeah. Well, that's the access for Xbox.
Yeah.
But on the PC one,
access.
you can play all of them. It works the same way for the Xbox one.
Mm-hmm.
But none of those subscriptions have a PS4 version. So maybe they're making like a PS4 subscription version to do it too.
My question is,
or
when does this
they're
get
just making
too
another
much, you know? Like, because this is...
Oh, man.
It's the same thing with, like, Battle Royales
They're
right
just
now.
going to keep going.
This market is so oversaturated. And now...
the subscription service market?
Yes.
Everybody has a subscription.
Yeah,
everybody wants
Disney
to
is
sign up
getting
for
theirs.
stuff.
Disney's getting theirs. Netflix, Hulu, freaking...
It's crazy. It's getting intense for how much they're trying to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think they need another subscription service.
Nintendo has theirs. Nintendo's now, in order to do their, like, to play online, you need their subscription for service.
Which, for a minute, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, not the fact that, but at first, I didn't need this to play online.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, you made it that I need it now.
The weird thing about that was middle of Switch, like, ownership and stuff like that. And then, like, oh, here you go.
They're like, bam, you can't play online unless you pay us. But, I mean, do they need another subscription service? No. They don't. Are they going to find another way to make money as a business? Yeah. So it's just going to keep coming.
So going back to the Apex
They're probably
Legends,
going to have like 5 or 6.
Apex Legends, I really don't like how this is a really smart learning. I don't know whose decision it was to do a shadow drop. You know, I really hope Respawn was like, hey, trust us. No one is going to like this game if you market it.
I feel like it wasn't as much as a shadow drop as it was, because they were anticipating it. You've heard about it, you just never saw much about it. But I kept hearing about Apex Legends. They just you get some screenshots and whatnot, but you never got like the whole gist of the game.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like gaslighting kind of thing, like in there and get people interested.
Because
like,
if
what's his name?
My thing is like this game has loot boxes, and
I just want to know how they got 10.
Yeah, right. Well, also like there's a lot of people like kids and who, especially if it's free to play and all they have to do is get Origin.
Yeah,
that's simple. And then you like, if I remember, the Asian market has a lot of players, that love playing all these new games and stuff like that.
First person shooters don't do very well.
No, but you can't discount it, especially because they like their market is the biggest for like what's that called?
You know what? I think the other side of it,
type games. What are those called?
League type games?
Yeah, battle arenas, MOBAs. Yeah, like they're the biggest in MOBAs. They also can definitely help with pushing that 10 million.
I think that might be another, because that's another term they use to describe it. It's like a MOBA tucked inside of a battle royale.
Yeah, and but my point I'm getting at is like, if this is the marketing that made us not hate loot boxes and the poor like just not be that aware of it, how is EA going to come to all their other marketing? Because remember the whole Battlefront 2 issue, that was loot boxes to a whole bad level.
I mean, if you think about it, not to go back to them again, but I mean, Fortnite, nobody really hates the loot boxes.
Yeah, I think
it's okay for them.
Even because what is that? Mostly skins too and stuff like that. And it's like, I think that's the reason people don't hate it, is because one, the gameplay is solid. Yeah, and your gameplay is not affected by the loot boxes. No. Unlike when I think it's
Battlefront,
that was affecting you big. And then Apex Legends, are they doing that thing with just skins? That's my question.
That's mostly it's cosmetic changes and things like that. Yeah. But I think that's probably the best way to describe it, because it's like a MOBA side of a battle royale, which is like a Team Fortress inside of a battle royale.
Yeah,
you pick a character that has like special. They have special abilities.
Okay,
but you still drop in from the top.
Yeah,
do
so
everything.
special classes and stuff
Everything
like that.
pretty much runs the same way, but you got special classes. I think that's part that puts it apart from the other stuff too. You now you can actually feel powerful.
Yeah, okay.
They
So
have, like,
the
special
classes
parts.
is what makes it different. It's a 3-on-3 if I remember.
It's
The 3-team actually versus whatever it is.
it's something new in the battle royale scene. Like just a small tweak to a battle royale.
Yeah.
And I just feel like this is where we are, and we're gonna keep doing more battle royales.
Man.
Hey, it's like the new age rap music. That's what we're doing, man.
I'm just saying, if
That's where
if
we
this
are.
goes down, I'm not gonna be surprised if it goes down like in 2 months or something. Where it's like, oh yeah, Apex Legends. Yeah, I forgot that. Was
Oh,
a
you
thing.
know, I mean, things change over so fast, but
Yeah.
we'll just have to see in time to see where it is.
Speaking of things changing, nice transition there.
Gotcha.
Yep. So let's go into like things changing, and this is gaming related, not much in gaming itself. Again, if you've been on the internet for a while, two early internet giants have, in lack of other words, closed down their doors. One of these,
No.
one of these was the name change of the mid 2000s gaming channel ScrewAttack, or as it's now known as Death Battle. ScrewAttack was originally a website known for hosting angry video game nerd and original programming such as top 10s, sketch shows, and what it's more popularly known for now, Death Battle, a show where two fictional combatants are faced off against each other to the fight to the death, with using mathematics and science to determine the winners. In 2014, ScrewAttack was acquired by the multi-channel network Fullscreen, and also became part of Rooster Teeth Networks. The name change is said to be due to optimizing search engine results to help their channel grow, since the content has mainly focused on the show of Death Battle. Any old content on the channel not related to Death Battle has been privatized and moved over to the Rooster Teeth channel. You ever watch their stuff, original stuff? What are your thoughts on this? You ever seen the ScrewAttack, like, what was them, 2008 or something like that?
Yeah, I
They
used
were
to
like,
watch their top 10s and their summer sketch show. I definitely used to watch Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah.
Such a good
I mean,
show.
who didn't? Like, if you've played any video games and you like
Gotta go
are on
watch
the
him.
internet, you have seen Angry Video Game
'Cause
Nerd.
he got so angry about the stuff that you were angry about in those games. And you're like, I feel you, man.
Yep.
Feel you.
Especially those old ones.
But he was a good review channel, too.
Oh, yeah.
No, but that I could see how they would change the Death Battle, because they mostly have been focused on Death Battle, and Death Battle has grown to a point that it probably should just be its own channel.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's also, I was a huge fan of ScrewAttack, like back in the day. The thing I loved is that they were able to help content creators back in the day because they had their own website.
Yeah.
Most of the content creators, at least gaming review channels that you know of, like Peanut Butter Gamer, The Completionist, JonTron, any of the Normal Boots guys,
JonTron.
actually, they started on ScrewAttack, and then they are what they are now. I mean, Completionist has his own office, for God's sake, like with other streamers.
Crazy.
You know, it's like in 2014, when they became part of the network, is when you can see like a major shift, because they no longer had their own website soon, and you couldn't put up content that easily, and it was on the Rooster Teeth forums. And then they stopped doing some of their sketch shows, and it was just Death Battle. Like, business-wise, I see why, but I can also see why some people are like, rest in peace, ScrewAttack on that, on Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, because if you get down to the gist of it, ScrewAttack no longer exists.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just Death Battle now. And I think getting owned by a different network, they started
especially
looking
by
at
a
what is
business.
popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, business comes in, business wants to cut down
Yeah.
to make what's popular and get paid off of that. So all the other stuff surrounding it, all the free range is just going to get cut off. They're going to trim the fat. So now, I mean, put that RIP ScrewAttack, because pretty much it's just Death Battle now.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things like that could have happened, and to be honest, I'm happy for the guys.
Yeah.
Kind of not too much, because the content they made was so niche, weird kind of things, like their clip of the week shows, some of the sketches they did.
Top 10s.
Their top 10s were hilarious sometimes, you know, straight up. Those top 10s had personality.
ScrewAttack, top 10s. It's like, what's going on today?
Yeah, they had personality compared to like Watch Mojo's top 10s. I don't know if you ever seen one of those.
I mean, that's what we watch now.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing. It's devoted. It's just like people saying what it is. But when you watch the ScrewAttack ones, they were super excited. You can tell that meant to them. and stuff like that. But yeah, it's
Sometimes they just had some weird ones that you were just like, I can dig it.
Yeah. Like,
because it was just for fun, for shits and giggles. They were like, let's do a top 10 about this.
Yeah, right. Like top 10. Sometimes it was just like top 10 Zelda bosses and stuff that would get clicks. Other times you're like, who thought of this one? But along with ScrewAttack, in late January, the gaming network Machinima's YouTube channel had nearly all of its videos removed. This is due to reorganization, since it was also acquired by the multi-channel network Fullscreen.
Ooh.
In an email from Brew Bryant, I hope I'm saying that correctly, the Fullscreen's general manager, it said...
His name Bre. It's probably Brew. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just looks like Brew.
It said... Machinima officially joined forces with Otter Media, the parent company, today to grow the company's gamer and anime fan communities. ... Fullscreen will be welcoming employees from Machinima, from the Machinima creator team who have helped build that company into what it is today, followed by name-dropping Tfue, Ninja, and FaZe. Though it seems as this is only to specific creators, as a representative told The Verge. The Machinima network of creator channels continues to showcase the talents of the network. As part of this focus on new content, we have pivoted from distributing content on a handful of legacy-operated channels. Some creators are feeling the effect of this already, such as Maximilian Dude Christensen and Tyler Log.zip Papas, who both got their channels demonetized due to content ID claims on older videos. This one's more sour than anything.
That's gonna hit a lot of people too. That content ID claim, those older videos.
Okay, so there's quite a bit here to talk about. First off, older content ID stuff like that is, if you're not familiar with a multi-channel network, these were popular back in the day, and some of them, basically, they're a way for you to they're supposed to make you as the creators feel safe, while on their end they get money from your ads. You feel safe because if there's any copyright disputes and you're fair use, you have a company backing you up. So that's why Machinima was something that, some people really joined. And when this happened, Fullscreen came along and got it. People were like, oh boy, what's gonna happen now? And because
look what's happening now.
Yeah.
Oh man, you have to see the Twitter post of them the other day.
Oh,
I know I brought that up, but it's just somebody put. I'm like, who's running their page? Right when this information got released, they were pretty much like dying. It seemed like they were dying for real. Yeah. It was like G next Twitter N. Everybody was like,
everybody,
what? What's going on? You guys okay? You good?
No,
Mr. Stark.
Oh man,
no, seems like that's actually happening.
Yeah, and this is, because the thing is, a lot of people were already ready when this news came out for something to happen like this. Though, because I was on,
it's like an expect the worst and know it's coming.
Yeah, I actually was a part of Fullscreen for a while. Way back. I'm no longer with them just because the YouTube channel rules on how to become a partner changed. And I haven't put a video out for a while. And when you're with them, you're supposed to be like, oh, hey, this is going to be a good thing, that you're with a multi-channel. But when they got Machinima and then shut it almost down, that's not a good thing, especially because it feels like they just really wanted certain people in their network.
Yes.
Such as Ninja and stuff like that.
They went to grab creators and pretty much close down.
They grabbed the big creators. Yeah. That's what it feels like. And left the small ones to die.
It was a business move. There's a corporation acquiring another corporation and then getting rid of all the parts that they don't want or need. They figured, they're like, oh man, this is a great investment to get this because I can get these content creators on my side.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to worry about the rest of you.
Well, this is not the only thing like that happened with multi-channel networks. I didn't put it in here in our notes, but like another multi-channel known as Defy Media just went down, and a lot of gaming creators also lost money.
Man, they're just dying left and right, man.
Did you hear about that?
Taking them all? No, I didn't.
Yeah, apparently like the Game Theorists, if you're familiar with that channel that does like theories about games with science and math to back up, like how much would a bullet bill actually hurt, you know, and stuff like that. If like Mario got hit with a bullet bill, what would that do to a human body? Or like how strong is Minecraft
I
armor?
feel like that would destroy you.
Yeah,
But man,
But
no, it almost gives
kicker.
no point to have like
$50 million were gone or something like that. 50 or 5, something like that. Like the people behind the channels got together because Defy Media had asked them for money or something like that.
See,
And
now it's almost like no point to have multi-channel,
especially with
anymore.
Patreon.
Especially with Patreon. But I mean, the other side of it, they don't protect you.
No,
If that business move can happen so quickly like that, and they can be bought out, and they can just get rid of you, there's no insurance.
Yeah, let's see if I remember here. Yeah, there were some shady practices Defy was had with them. Smosh Games, Clever, stuff like that. Looking just real quick. We're doing this live.
All that work down the drain, just it's gone.
And I really hope some of these people have like a backup thing.
That's why we're not on the multi-channel network now.
My bad. It wasn't 5 or 50. It was 1.7 million, which is still a lot for
still
YouTubers.
a lot of money. It's
you know,
still a lot of money.
Yeah, it's gone. Even like the YouTubers are calling out Ally Bank, which Ally is the one that basically was with Defy in a way, and they're like, hey, we are also losing money as well. When the bank is losing money because of what just happened because they went defunct. Yeah.
Tusk. All I can say about that.
Oh,
Tusk.
But let's not end with this sad, really nasty news right now.
We got good news? Because everything's been
interesting
sad
news
so far.
Yeah, we got some interesting news. Also, be very wary with multi-channel networks if you're a fellow YouTuber or stuff like that. Just a heads up.
Some are good. Oh, wait. Why am I looking that way?
You're
Camera's
looking
there.
at my camera.
Some are good.
Yeah. Just
be wary.
Let's end
Like
with some
anything,
news that...
Have a backup plan.
Yeah, right? Merchandise, Patreon, something to also help you, not just YouTube ad revenues or something like that. That's one thing I hear a lot of people say. Yeah, this news, I didn't see this coming. Like, Xbox Live achievements on Switch. Yeah, that's right. Sometime next month, Microsoft will be releasing a software development kit for developers to use Xbox Live achievements that are shared across PC, Xbox, iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch. More info will be given next month at the Game Developer Conference. So we don't have a lot to go through, but what do you think of this? This is
weird, because the weird thing I heard about it too is that they're trying to get a whole Xbox Live to work on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, what does that mean?
What, like, is it going to be...
Am I have like access to Xbox games on my Nintendo Switch?
I think they're more...
just achievements.
What this feels like is a social network.
Yeah,
like,
I can see that. I mean, if you can get the chat functions and everything that the Xbox Live has, like their whole system going on through my Switch, then that'd be really nice. But that just sounds weird to me that somehow they partnered with Nintendo to get Xbox Live on Nintendo.
I hope what they're doing is Xbox Live coming in and saying, hey, we want our achievements, we want our stuff on there and social network, and we give you guys the servers and the backing, because that's one thing that Nintendo does hurt on.
Yes,
is like when they do online connections, like with
because they don't have an infrastructure
like
set up around playing online games like that.
Yeah, and so when it comes to multiplayer games, Xbox Live could be the thing that connects it, and it helps with cross-platform. Because Xbox is working well with,
just gonna
Nintendo.
Be so weird.
Because there's even the crossplay with Fortnite. You use Switch,
yeah.
You can play with people on Xbox, and I think even phones.
Yeah, you can. It's crossplay for everybody. PS4 finally joined that, but it's weird. I mean, just think about opening your Switch and then connecting to Xbox Live. I mean, can we change the name or something like Microsoft Live or something?
I honestly could see. Well, they changed the whole Xbox. What is it? Microsoft Game Studios to something else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for the integration of everything. It's gonna be Xbox Live. It's probably gonna be called, unless they're gonna change the name for everything. Because it's still Xbox Live on your computer, Xbox and everything that's on there. I can see that working out. I just feel I don't see the angle they're going with this.
Yeah, it's. I hope that what they get is the cross-platform and the whole like. I feel like it's more of a back end deal. Like they're going to be on the back end. That's where they're making their money.
Yeah.
like in it, but they still
'Cause
showcasing.
I would feel like, to be honest, playing Super Smash Bros. Online now is a little hard.
I think it's that
You
same
can tell
thing.
it's something new for them. It's like how PlayStation, when they first got PlayStation Network back in PS3,
Yeah.
and it had its hardships because it was
Yeah.
just something they were trying to do. And now Nintendo's trying to do something, and it's gonna need some kinks given out. And I can see Xbox helping them. What is Xbox Live on the Switch gonna do?
See, the way I feel this is going is we're very familiar with like conference apps and stuff like this. It's going to be one of those, it's similar to like a conference app where it says powered by something. And that basically allows you to connect to like other apps and
Nintendo
stuff
Switch
like that.
Online, powered by Xbox Live. I can see them like something like that. But
Yeah.
it's like the achievements and all the mixes and stuff. It's just,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Achievements are such a weird
I
thing.
mean, it's
never
getting
was a fan of
closer
them.
to getting all the gaming systems to work together as
Yeah.
a single entity, which is kind of cool. I dig that path. I just feel,
I hope,
I don't know, something sounds weird about Xbox Live on it.
Yeah. Hopefully next month we have a lot of gaming developer news conference.
GDC.
GDC, yeah. Hopefully we get quite a bit of news and we'll see what's going up because, we saw the cross-platform. That's a step. And then another thing that a lot of people kind of made fun of, but at the Game Awards, there was that part where Reggie, Sean, and what's his name from Xbox were all together on the stage. Phil Spencer, yeah. Phil Spencer,
Yes.
Sean, and Reggie Fils-Aimé were all on stage. All three big companies were sharing the stage and saying, hey, we all love games. This is thing. Who knows if
what
that
they
led
need to do?
something,
This is what they're going to need to do.
What's up?
Those three companies are going to need to work together and make like some mixed next gen system. All three of them put in work to have, and you can get it under 3 different names, but you can get like a portable side and stuff too. Because in the future, what they're all going to have to fight against is PC. That's where it's going. And as laptops get more powerful, more portable, and games get better graphics and everything looks better on the computer to play the games, that's what they're going to start competing with.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
They're not going to do
because-
that.
No.
I'm just saying right now
They
they're going to
should.
play a game that all three of them are going to be fighting each other, but also having to fight the PC. And Nintendo always had its like lane that it can stick in because it
Yeah.
wasn't trying to be super graphically powerful and they just had games. But now that PC is getting all the games that consoles are getting and they're getting better frame rates and better graphics, it's just like,
Yeah, I think this Xbox with Nintendo Switch news is kind of, they're hoping, I think, because right now when it comes to games, Nintendo is really good with Nintendo games, PlayStation has amazing first party stuff. Xbox, hopefully, I think their thing is, okay, if we can't put out really good games, let's
They're
pick
doing something, though.
amazing back end,
they're doing something.
that everyone else
Like
can
Xbox,
use.
this generation maybe doesn't have like a lot of first person, like first party game system, but what they're building and like at E3 with all the studios they just acquired and all that stuff, they're gearing up for something. I feel like they're like, okay, we lost a generation, that's cool, but we got something coming for the next generation. But the bigger thing is too, Xbox doesn't have a problem with being a PC
Yeah.
because it's Microsoft.
Yeah, it feels
So they
like
don't-
for the last 2 years at E3, it feels like Microsoft is the one that's being like, hey, you can get this exclusive on Microsoft consoles, Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's saying us just get an Xbox. They're
No,
like, yeah, we're
Xbox is getting to the point where like, hey, look, if we were just Xbox named and you played our games on a PC under Xbox, we don't care.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh, because of how they're integrating their system. It sounds like a move that Xbox Live being on there. Xbox is moving away from just being a single console entity, being like an ecosystem of a network. And it's basically going to show up on PC and probably other products that you can just basically play games and be connected through Xbox Live.
Well, like I said, we're going to have to see when GDC comes around. That all
Like-
we can do is speculate. That's it.
Like I wouldn't even be surprised if like there's a PS5 next year or the next coming years and there's not a new Xbox system because they just moved on from that.
Well, all right. Now to a new segment. We weren't able to do it last time because we had a couple of stuff last time. This time is called Quickfire.
Rudy Tooty Fire. quickly.
I am not calling it that. It's called the Quickfire Round. We're gonna go through a bunch of news stories of the past month. If you want to talk about it, just say stop and we'll talk about it. Cool.
Quickfire.
Hopefully, I can get through these without screwing it up too much. I know I was doing that like stuttering earlier. So
it's cool. It's dry out here. Our mouths are kind of like dry.
Yeah,
We got water, but
yeah, it doesn't
we
help.
have to go to the bathroom. But we can't do that during the show. So
Yeah. So hopefully no stuttering. The Witcher.
yeah, I just do the mouth exercises. Just one more. Yeah, do this once. You go. That's what singers do when they warm up. You know, they get the lips ready and everything to talk.
There we go.
There you go.
I thinking about how to do that. I had to think of how to do it. All right.
Put your lips together and blow. That's what heat. Never mind.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. The Witcher and Monster Hunter finally cross over as Geralt of Rivia makes his actual character appearance in Monster Hunter World with new story content.
Stop.
Go.
Like that. It's cool. Capcom keeps doing these crossover things with stuff, and it actually works out pretty well. I dig it.
Well, this isn't like a skin.
No, he's in the game.
It's
in like and there's an actual story behind it too.
Yeah.
But if you play The Witcher, he fights giant monsters and crazy all the time.
All they need is Tony Jaa jumping in. If you could play as Tony Jaa killing these monsters,
just want to elbow some right in the head.
Yeah. Right? Oh man,
cool.
It is a really good idea that Capcom has, 3 years ago, Capcom was like on fire kind of thing. Anytime you say something about Capcom, it was always bad news.
Except Street Fighter.
Even Street Fighter 5, people were like, But recently, Resident Evil, they've been kicking butt. This one with Monster Hunter, they're really good at keeping that up. Monster Hunter World killed it. New Mega Man, it's good pretty good
that they're bringing content and they have content to keep.
Yeah, I mean,
because
even
for a while,
skins,
it was like Capcom just seemed like.
They had the new Devil May Cry, coming out. Like, they are killing it.
They're killing it. They're on
Something
fire.
happened during those years where they were down. They're like, okay, you know what? We suck. Let's take this time.
They're like, look, guys, we can't just rely on this one game called Street Fighter. We got to do all the stuff we can do for all of our stuff.
Right? All right. Continuing Quickfire. Earlier this month, Axiom Verge, the free game of the week in the Epic Games Store, crashed due to the developer removing files named Steam in the game.
That's just funny.
A simple update fixed this.
That's just funny.
Yeah, I couldn't write this without laughing. Some classic BioWare RPGs are being remastered, such as Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights. While no release date has been given, the titles will be on display at Skybound's booth at the next month's PAX East, which we might get some news from that, hopefully, too.
That should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually.
Fallout 76 is back in, finally has its PvP mode called Survival Mode, where everyone not on your team is labeled as an enemy by default.
Stop.
Oh, I wasn't surprised.
Does that sound like a good idea?
I believe, I could be wrong on this, that they were putting that as a separate server.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
That just sounds like chaos.
Yeah, according to IGN...
it also kind of sounds like it's a hidden battle royale. They didn't want to call it that, but look, called survival mode, where everyone not on your team is labeled as an enemy by default.
Yeah, so...
Survival of the fittest, last team standing.
Yeah, they're hoping to roll, according to IGN, Bethesda is hoping to roll out the beta of the survival mode in March, but it may take longer. Players will be able to choose between this or the current style named Adventure Mode.
Oh. Yeah, they snuck that in there. Mm-hmm. They just snuck that in there. That's Battle Royale in disguise.
Yeah.
They didn't want to call it that, but yeah, they're sneaking that in there.
Survival will include the same events, quests, and stories as Adventure, and you can use your existing characters or create new ones. However, anything that happens will be permanent across both modes.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like a Battle Royale a little bit-ish, Here we go. The director of Kingdom Hearts 3, Tetsuya Nomura, is now considering simultaneous launches as a bad thing due to leaks of Kingdom Hearts 3 before release, reconsidering simultaneous launches. Nomura is also working on the Final Fantasy VII remake that is coming in sometime.
PS5.
Yeah.
Watch.
Sony is finally ending PlayStation Plus free games for PS3 and Vita. If you were part of PlayStation Plus, you would get games for free for the PS3, Vita, and PS4. March 8th will be the last day of support for PS3 and Vita. Current games being offered include Dive Kick and Metal Gear Solid 4. Dragon Dogmas 2. Yeah. Dragon Dogmas 2 was almost a thing. It came down to choice by Hideki Itsuno. He had the choice to choose between whether making Dragon's Dogma 2 or Devil May Cry 5. He chose Devil May Cry 5.
I can see why.
Yeah.
I mean,
and finally,
DMC 5.
Take-Two, parent company of Rockstar Games and 2K Games, has gone on the record stating that they are not interested in making a digital distribution platforming, citing, "We make entertainment. We're not really a retailer."
Stop.
Cool.
Yeah. That's good for them. Don't get into that game.
No, we don't.
But, I mean,
oh my God.
the massive amount of success they have on their games, they could do it. And just sell exclusively their games through their stores. They would still make a lot of money.
So I know in December, we didn't start the podcast till January, but December, you and me were both like, yo, I really wish we had that, because that was when Epic released their game store. And we could talk about, there's a lot of digital distribution that you don't even think of, like Origin, Playism, Steam,
like
Epic
so
Games, Humble Bundle, GOG,
Green Man Gaming, Razer Gaming Store,
There's
a lot of choices to choose from.
And let's be honest, not many of us want more launchers. Discord even has their own store,
too.
And they put something else out during the same time.
But I mean, the great thing about them doing that is that it causes competition between stores. So ultimately, it works out for us because we get lower prices. But we only get lower prices on PC games.
Yeah.
So console, that's another reason I'm like, oh man, I'm scared for the future of consoles.
Yeah, but the thing is, even those lower prices, it really depends on developers and which ones stay around. Epic's game store's thing is that, hey, if you have Unreal, come to us, you know? Steam
discount.
Everyone doesn't have curation. I don't know how P-Thing is on there. At this point, Steam's thing is we're on the most.
Yeah, that's pretty much where it is.
Steam
is like, we were the only, and we were the original.
Yeah. Itch.io is just randomness, I think. Random indie
the other
stuff.
side of it, because a lot of those stores, a lot of those online stores actually just ship you through a key to get it out of the Steam store.
Yeah.
It's like, that's
Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
Right there. Humble Bundle is, hey, you know,
it's like, buy it here, but here's your Steam key. You're like, okay.
Yeah. Like you could download the exe file, I think, sometimes.
Yeah. But that's what the Razer Game Store does too. You get the game, you get it to the Steam store.
If you want good old games, though, those guys are DRM free. You can just download the exe.
Yeah.
I'm not saying do this, but you could share a game with your friends that you got off GOG.
Yeah, what's wrong with sharing?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that's a thing. But if Rockstar came in, they could, especially because they have all of 2K.
Yeah, I'm just saying they could do it.
But I'm glad they're going to stick out of it. We don't need another market. We don't need another launcher on our PC.
But if they want to make a whole lot of money,
well, it depends.
Not that they need it, because I mean, Red Dead Redemption. I mean, it just and GTA 5 is still killing it on the online scene.
Yeah. Man, it's
they're set, man.
Really big.
They're pretty set. They don't have to make another game if they don't want to, and they're pretty much set for the rest of the time.
Hey, I'm still hoping for a Bully too, man. But one thing I forgot to mention was
keep it out there.
Steam is what, 70%, but that's only if you hit like a certain milestone of selling your game, like a certain copies, you get more percentage or something like that. Epic Game Stores, like we said, it was like 77%. Discord came out and said, "Oh yeah, we'll do 80%." And then I remember the tweet I saw that was from a lawyer or something, or like someone who works at the NPDs, that is a business stat group, just replied to that, "The game is on."
Game is on. Next
and
thing,
I was like,
89%.
I don't know. It's really.
I mean, it's giving so much money at that point.
Yeah, it's really going to depend on who.
It's going to take a store that already makes money doing something else that can give up that type of.
GOG, I think, can, because they're CD Projekt Red. And once, you know, they have the Witcher money, and they'll have what's it called, Cyberpunk 2020.
See, that's something that Rockstar could do. They already have their games. They can be like, look, guys, just put your games to our store. I just want like 5%.
Like, yeah, they could just really not give a crap.
Just not care. It was like, we just did this because we wanted to do this.
Yeah. If you guys want to see the links to all of our stories, they're down in the description below.
Woo-hoo.
Links to all these articles that we find the stuff down there. All right, and lastly, one thing we're going to try to do to end the podcast is hopefully comment response. If you guys have any comments for us, corrections, anything like that, you can reply to us on our Twitter accounts, the official at 3G Collective account. That's also in the description. And stuff like that, we will respond on the podcast.
We will definitely respond.
near the end, and we only got one, which is okay. We're still starting, But,
I was surprised we got one, but it was cool to see it. And I was like, oh, hey, there's comments.
Yeah, right? We both kind of responded on this one. The response was from the user Rainbow Chew. It said, "Hi guys,
It's a cool name.
old Nickelback is fine. New Nickelback is bad." Yeah, 2 A's. I was hoping not to have to go to Nickelback again while we're here.
Hey, it's okay. That's a very good point. I do dig it. Although Nickelback did have this song that sounded kind of genty, and I was like,
I mean,
that's
they're
kinda
right.
cool.
New
Rock like
Nickelback
that.
is bad, but they're wrong about old Nickelback being
No,
fine.
they're perfectly
they
good
should've
about
been
old
bad on
Nickelback was
bad.
good. Mid Nickelback was cool. New Nickelback kind of got that whole weird thing going on, and then now I don't know where they are now.
At some point, this is just going to become the Nickelback podcast.
Maybe.
Always one time somewhere Nickelback is going to come up here.
But you can't tell me you don't want to be a rock star.
I don't. The worst part is, I think we've
Hey.
talked about this so much.
You wanna be a
I had
rock
an
star.
ad that was like, "Hey, Pandora," and Nickelback was on top of it. And I'm like, no,
Oh, yeah,
I
then
don't.
they're listening to us.
I'm
That's how it's
saving me.
happening.
I'm like, no, I don't need this. Oh. But like I said, you guys can put your comments down below if you want to catch up with any videos that we put out. We put out a awesome new music from Sonic Got the Sauce at Chemical Plant Zone.
Yeah, we're gonna be dropping some music stuff in there every so often.
Yeah, I should be dropping reviews sometime in the future.
Reviews to come up there.
If you want to see anything and everything that we do, hit that subscribe, get that notification by the bell. We also have links to our personal channel and our Twitters down below in the description, or you could just follow us there on the screen right now.
Yep. And A_Michael, it's pretty much going to be all of my places. I'm going to try to switch everything over to find me that way. But right now, Twitter, Instagram, all the places, that's what it is.
At _Astray Jose, because no one expects the underscore, and no one expects Astray Jose to walk in.
Because there's so many, man.
Yeah, right. That's where you can find me on Twitter. Like I said, just subscribe, write a comment, write a tweet. We will see it. We
Keep
will
in touch,
respond.
comment. We'll comment back.
Thanks, everybody. Hope you guys have a good one. See you guys next month with The Collective.
Boop, boop.